Alright folks, I'll try to sum this up as understandable as possible. It's kind of windy here today, so hopefully you can hear me alright. As a matter of fact, it's so windy I had white caps on my toilet. But anyways, today we just got done wiring up this Western ultramount plow, which is wiring wise is basically the same as the Western unimount plow. And we're just going to show you the easier way to hook up your headlights. And I'll run through everything else quick first. So first thing you want to do is get your two main leads run up through the grill. And we just took the grill off this truck because it just makes it easier. So on this side we got our two main powers that run the pump, and we brought them up through here, and we mounted our solenoid back here on the fender well. It was about the only spot we could put it. So here's our wires coming up from the front of the truck. We got the black one with a red stripe that goes to the, I call it the back side of the solenoid, and then the other one just comes around and goes right to the negative side of the battery. And then here where it says battery, B-A-T, if you can kind of read that little slip there, you got a red one that runs from there also back to your battery, to your positive side of the battery. And that takes care of the main hookups on that end of it. And also on your solenoid, you're going to have this wing, I call it, of the wiring harness that comes over that has the black, be the orange with the black stripe. And as you're looking at the solenoid, I got it hooked to the left side. I don't know if that matters, but that's how it was on the other truck, so I just left it on there. And then you have another wire from that one that also comes back to the negative side of the battery right here. And then there's another wire coming out of that little wing of the harness, which is a brown one with a red stripe. That gets hooked up to that other side of the solenoid right here. So that's basically it for that. Coming around to the other side, you got the part of the wiring harness that goes back to the cab, which we got right here, and then we drilled a hole back there, if you can see that way back there, kind of where those blue wires are going. And that's the one that goes into the cab for the controller. And there's also a red one running with that we did hook up, but I don't think that one is necessary. I think that has something to do with the whole light hookup thing. But coming into the cab, get down under here, there's another wire that comes out of that control harness, a red one here. That one you have to hook up, and we just ran it over to this panel over here and found a hot, and that's what powers your controller. So get that one hooked up. I usually hook it up right to battery. I think that's all I could find over on this panel. And then we also have to hook our salter controller in there. So that'll work there. And as you can see, we got some blue wires coming in too. And what I'll go back out quick, and I'll show you this right now, is we got a two-way switch here that we mounted on the dash, underneath the dash there. And then one of those blue wires comes from the battery, just because we didn't want to hook up over here any more stuff. And it goes, there's 3 terminals on that switch, and the middle one is your hot. So we brought from the positive battery over to the middle of that switch. And then on each side of that switch is your ons. So we ran 2 more wires back out. And I went online and looked at the diagram, the wiring diagram for this plow. It's a 9-pin, they call it, which is, here's your other connector here. Comes up through, and you find that one, which is right here. And then you just cut back some of that black stuff here. You can see where we just cut these wires go back to this mess here, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But we found our black wire and our white wire, and that's where we hooked up our 2. That's your bright and dim. I don't know which is which, but it doesn't matter. And so then with that toggle we can just turn on our plow lights, and then we just, on the truck, we just run our parking lights. And the reason we got away from this whole mess is because you have to tie it all in, splice and dice it all into your truck lights, and it's a lot of work, and then you'd only hope you get it all right. I did 2 of them, and this was, the first one I did was, everything worked perfect, but then the second one I did, everything worked except when you turn the truck lights on. The truck lights are supposed to go off and the plow lights come on, and in that case the truck lights stayed on and the plow lights came on. And on the Chevys that are a little bit older than this is a 96, but on the 90 it had a rocker switch instead of this, and I don't know if these are any better, but with all 4 of them headlights running, that switch would get hot, and then your lights shut off. So that's why we just decided to skip all that rigmarole. Just get your lights working on your plow. You don't really need your blinkers, because people can see your blinkers on your truck for the most part anyways in the front. So just wanted to show you that easy way to wire up that plow. Thanks, have a good day.